Oh, we got a doozy Republican sexcapade sent in by one of our listeners, Ann Wilkerson, longtime Young Turks listener and viewer. Thank you, Ann. We appreciate it because it's a great story. We got a state senator in Tennessee, and you're going to be shocked to find out, he is a family values guy. His name is Paul Stanley. He's 47 years old. On his website, he's got a picture of his family and his two young kids, and he, of course, is pushing family values all the way. In fact, here, I'll give you his quote right off the bat for you. He was the guy who proposed legislation that would ban gay people from adopting. And his rationale was, like, look, gay people can't have families. Why? Because I made it illegal. Right? It's not like he was on for letting them have families. It's like they can't get married, right? So they can't have a family. So he says, quote, when you're married, there's a commitment there. And says gay people can't make that commitment. Obviously, they're not allowed to have kids. Now, can you guess what Paul Stanley did? Yeah, he went ahead and fucked his 22-year-old intern. Nicely done, Paul Stanley. All right. Now, let me repeat the quote. When you're married, there's a commitment there. Unless a hot 22-year-old intern winds up in your legislative office. And then you go up banging. So, we find out because the schmuck boyfriend of the intern decided, hey, you know what, we can make some cash off this. The intern is Mackenzie Morrison. She's also a university student at Austin Peay State University, junior there in Dickinson, Tennessee. And the schmuck boyfriend is a 27-year-old. There he is. That's unfortunate. And his name is Watts. And Mr. Watts decides, you know what? Let's take this guy for a ride because we got naked pictures of my girlfriend at his house in Stanley's apartment. So he, because he's brilliant, criminal genius over here, text messages to Stanley. Hey, you know what? We have certain pictures you might be interested in. We should talk about these pictures and how much you should pay for them. So now, look, now you got to give Paul Stanley some credit here. He didn't pay the guy off. He realized the gig is up. So he went right to the cops and said, all right, this guy's trying to extort me. Let's go bust him. I'm not going to do anything illegal here. And him sleeping with an intern is not illegal, right? Now it's obviously hypocrisy. But if he had gone down that wrong path, he'd have been in a world of trouble. As it is, you know, look, he stepped down. He was the head of one of the committees in Tennessee. He's a state senator there. He stepped down from that role, but he's not stepping down as state senator. And you know what? In the end, I think I probably agree with him because he didn't do anything illegal here. He went right to the authorities and busted this guy. And he now, of course, Watts is in a lot of trouble. And he had an affair, but an affair doesn't mean you can't do your job. Now, if the good voters in Tennessee think, hey, you know what? I'm not sure I'm interested in hearing about how this guy's got family values anymore, and I'm not sure I'm interested in his hypocrisy anymore. Yeah, well, then I definitely hear you on that. But I don't think that he has to necessarily resign or be kicked out of office or impeachment or anything along those lines. It's a personal matter, and you leave it to the voters, I think, the next time around. Okay? Now, the final thought on this interesting story is, how did that guy get that 22-year-old? I'll tell you what, man. Power's a hell of a thing. It is an absolute aphrodisiac. Because that don't make no kind of sense, man. I mean, he's not fugly. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, okay? I guess for a 47-year-old, he's hanging in there. He's all right, right? But he's 47, right? And he doesn't look like he's in very good shape. And she's definitely attractive, very cute. I don't know if she was thinking of setting him up all along or if she thought, oh, my God, this is a state senator. By the way, who gets turned on by a state senator? It's amazing. That's why guys will go out of their way and do absolutely crazy things to get that power. Because power equals this girl right here. So that's the way it works, man. And but yet, of course, another story of Republican hypocrisy throughout the country. So the next time they come at you, it could be a national guy, it could be a local guy, and says to you, no, here's why I'm going to discriminate against gay Americans. Because they don't understand family values, and they don't understand families, and they get marriage. They can't handle marriage. What if they had two little young kids at home, and then you enter? Okay, don't believe a word of what they tell you.